There were plenty of signs that should have said that we must examine this separately. One was that it took less than 2 weeks for the Arab Spring to spread from Tunisia to Egypt to Jordan and to Lebanon. In fact, from Egypt to Jordan to Lebanon took exactly 48 hours. The first trouble in Syria started 7 weeks later on March 14th. 2 days and 7 weeks is a huge difference in time. So this was the first indication that this may not be entirely spontaneous. The second indication that this was different was that it did not take place in the center. Tahrir Square is the center of the main city in Egypt. And the one other city which had an equally large demonstration was Alexandria, which is the other main city of Egypt. In Tunisia, the demonstration took place in Tunis. This was the main place, and then, of course, port city and so on. But they were the main cities, the main squares of the cities. Why? Because a spontaneous public movement will go to the most best-known rallying point. Secondly, a democratic movement is almost invariably an urban middle-class movement. So it will go to the center of the urban middle-class metropolis. Third, it is the place where you will get the maximum media publicity, because media can get there most easily. Dera does not fulfill any of these requirements. Dera is on the edge, it's on the border with Jordan. It's far from Damascus. What started was a very small demonstration. That demonstration was for genuine grievances. There had been some harsh treatment there. It's a border area. They wanted to get rid of the intelligence chief. They wanted better access to, they wanted lower diesel prices, more access to food, because the food prices had gone up very sharply. And they wanted land laws, land transfer laws in Dera to be relaxed, because it was a border area, it was full of security provisions, nobody could sell land. So when people were under difficulties and they wanted to get out of them, or to get money to build a house, or just to carry on, send a child to university or something, they couldn't sell land. This is the standard way in which rural people, rural gentry, rural landowners have been able to make the transition from the traditional to the modern economy. And this was blocked for them. So these were all things that came up in Dera. But the violence was entirely new. And the media, the Western media, the mistake they made was to think that this was violence that was unleashed upon a peaceful protest march by these brutal state police and security forces.